Concert Girlie living her best life because of her job. Want to know how? Check this episode out on Sphere Rocket Podcast Network with me, Julia. Hey, 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 it's me, your host, Julia. It's another day, and it's, of course, another podcast with me. And of course, welcome once again for those who just arrived watching and streaming our podcast for today. Welcome to another episode or podcast episode of Sphere Rocket Podcast Network. Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody who is tuned into our podcast episode for today. I hope you guys are settled down, already ate your food, or if you've got your chips or appetizers with you right beside you while you're watching this podcast episode, then great. I'm very, very happy for you guys. And I hope you guys are so ready for this podcast episode because we've got another virtual assistant guest for today. And yeah, let's not keep her waiting. And by the way, I hope you guys are already done eating your food or your drinks or your coffee. For those who need to be energized right now, for those who are listening right now, eating breakfast and getting ready about their day, this is actually a good decision that you've chose to watch this podcast because you'll be prepped for this morning as you will be inspired to go on with your day as we get to know our awesome guest for today. Yeah, as I've mentioned, she is a virtual assistant, and yeah, and we're very ready and excited to introduce to you guys our guest for this podcast. So, once again, let's welcome our awesome, lovely guest for this podcast episode. We've got Miss Ella. Hi, Miss Ella. How are you doing today?
Hi. Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing good. Kind of nervous. I mentioned this before we went live. I
Mhm.
am nervous, but I am also really grateful for this opportunity. I've always wanted to, venture into this kind of thing. I've always wanted to do my own podcast. So I thought, why not try this? Who test the waters.
I love it. Thank you so much, Miss Ella, once again for accepting the invite. And yeah, who knows? I mean, with the texture of your voice, with the sweetness of your voice, that could possibly
Thank
be,
you.
that could be really on the table right now. And you could just do that in an instant. And it's a good thing that you're being exposed with something like that right here, only here at Sphere Rocket Podcast Network. So yeah, please do hoot your own horn. We want to know your background, where you're from, what other details you want to share, and who were you when you were not yet a virtual assistant. All of those things. Take it away.
Okay. I'm not gonna start from birth because
Of
that's gonna take
course,
a while.
that's
I'm
gonna
just
take
kidding.
years. Yeah.
But yeah, I am. My name's Ella. I am. How old am I? Oh gosh. I'm 27. I forgot.
27.
Honestly, forgot.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm 27. And before I became a virtual assistant,
Mhm.
I was in recruitment. I graduated BS psychology back in 2018, and then went straight to recruitment. Spent 2 years in recruitment, and then the pandemic happened.
Mhm.
um, and here I am, and I have never looked back since. It's really fun. I'm really enjoying my work right now. Um, I used to think that the term work life balance was really, just a hoax or like something they say to entice you to get that job or to get into that industry. But right now, I can really say that I have the perfect work life balance. um, I get to spend time with my family, go out with my friends, don't have to worry about the commute in the Philippines. It's so
Mhm.
bad, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah,
It's really bad.
exactly.
So instead of going to the office, instead of spending 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours on the road, um I'm here. I'm trying something that I am really interested in, which is uh, j- trying or like guesting. Guesting, is that what you call it? In the
Yeah, sure.
podcast.
Exactly.
um, and yes, you something I guess that could set me apart, or I don't know. This feels so much like a job interview, but well, I am a concert girly. Recently, I think I counted uh 10 concerts in the past of like 5 to 6 years. Different artists, international, mostly in the Philippines, but I'm really gonna.
Mhm,
That's if other people's aim is to travel, like their leisure activity is to
mhm.
travel. I'm more of a concert girly. I really like staying in, just in the Philippines is nice. It has its moments. But yeah, I love attending concerts, the hype, the energy, seeing my favorite artists live.
Mhm.
So it gives me that rush of adrenaline and serotonin. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Julia, for having me. Thank you so much for um, allowing me to talk about myself and my life as a virtual assistant.
Of course, of course. Thank you so much, Miss Ella, for that. I'm very, very curious about the concerts that you've been watching. So please do enumerate a few
Oh
of the
gosh.
concerts.
Okay, okay. Well, I am a basic girly. I'm a pop girly.
Oh.
So my very first concert was I'm not sure if you know Demi Lovato. That was when I was still in
Oh.
college. Yeah. Moa Arena. She's really good live, especially live, really good voice quality. And Pentatonics
Ooh, I
and
love
yeah,
Pentatonic.
so
Oh
good.
my gosh. I can't
The
believe you already
vocals.
watched them live.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And this weekend, oh no, next weekend, I'll be watching Coldplay with my cousin. So yes, I'm really, happy and excited. Something to look forward to.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. I can't believe you already watched all of those awesome artists live. I'm so hyped up even right now to think that you've already watched Pentatonix live. I mean, how does that
So
feel
fun.
like, right? Because when you listen to them on YouTube or not on different social media platforms, it really sounds so nice and pure and surreal. I want to ask how it feels when you watched them live.
Um, when they record videos or when you watch their videos on YouTube, um, s- some you it makes you wonder, like, is this edited? Because it goes through the studio and all that editing production,
Yes,
but when you
exactly.
hear them live, um, they really sound the same. So that
Mhm.
means what they produce, like the content they produce on social media on YouTube, is what they
Mhm.
sound like. They're very very unique. Like
Mhm.
um it's just really because I like music too. That's in line with a concert hobby. So hearing them live is probably they're probably vocal quality wise the best artist that I have seen live.
Oh my gosh, that's really, really nice to know because I really love PTX ever since. And yeah, it's great. And of course, being you a concert girly, you could really tell of course with how many years that you've been watching concerts, you can really tell now the difference between live singing and lip syncing. So yeah, so all of that. So I totally believe when you've said that all of that was live and sometimes you had doubts about it. But yeah, I think they have like those kind of audios when they don't sing in a certain part and then there are fillers in the audio already that automatically does that. Is
Mhm.
that kind of real? Is that really true what they do?
Like backing vocals, I
Yeah,
think
a little
most
backing vocals
artists do
at the
that.
back.
Yeah. So another thing that I'm into is I'm into K-pop. So
Ooh.
there's a lot of dancing, right?
Mhm,
They really perform live. So most
mhm,
of these artists that I have watched, they do use back backing, or I think it's called backing
Mhm.
vocals,
Oh,
just to
yes.
support them. But they still sing live. They're still really good. The production, oh, a whole other level, production of K-pop
Mhm.
concerts, the choreography, the lighting. Because I really like looking at concerts, not just the of the artist, but the quality of their
Yeah.
stages, their outfits, the whole shebang. So yeah, they do make use of that, but
Mhm.
Pentatonics, I don't think they did. I think they were purely live. So yep.
Yeah. So they were actually solely just focusing on the vocals and all of it,
Yeah.
and they nothing to do with the production and the set and every oh, I love it. It's
Mhm.
fancy that way. You get to really be in that
There.
moment and just listen to them live. It's right there, and they're right there, and I think the fact that they're right there in front of your eyes, that's kinda enough, because it's PTX. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and like the first, because after several concerts, you'd think that I wouldn't feel the surge of adrenaline when they first come up on stage, but it's still happening
Mhm.
even now. When you see them, like the shouting, the screaming of the people, the audience, and then that first note, or that first,
Ooh,
yeah, chills, all every time.
girl. Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh. Whew. That's kinda is the goal. That kinda is really nice to know that you always do watch concerts and all of that. That's really I love that kind of hobby, and, I only rarely meet people that do that and collect their tickets and all of that, so I'm very hyped up for these people who do that as well. So, anyways, we've rerouted a little bit, but it's
Yeah.
okay. We're going with, being going back to your, virtual assistant life, I wanna ask on, your routine being a virtual assistant. What is your job description? What are your certain daily tasks that you do with your work?
With my current client, who I am so lucky to have, she's the best. Shout out to Shay, if you're gonna watch this. So what I do mainly is admin tasks. I am also her transaction coordinator, her listing coordinator, because she's in the real estate industry,
Mm,
in Georgia. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that, but yeah, Georgia is a big state. So I also do social media posts, like I
mhm,
edit stuff, and marketing too. Like if she needs things edited, like uh, uh, what do you call this, ads, I do all of those, and I learned so much through this because it's just me and her, in the team. So I don't have anyone else to like ask for help. Um, so I turn to online resources or ask other people, like my family, because my brother is a graphic designer, graphic artist. So for that line of work, or if I find myself stumped on a design, or if I think it's lacking something, I turn to him for help.
mhm.
And also for like content writing, I ask my sister, who is a writer, so it's perfect because I
Ooh, I
have a
love the
graphic artist for,
combination.
yeah, perfect combination. So I'm here, I'm in the middle, and I'm very grateful for them. So yeah, real estate is my niche. Which is something I did not think I would be finding myself in, or I'd
Mhm,
be into, but I am really enjoying the work I do right now. Um, the the uh, what do you call this? My relationship with my client, she's very um, communicative. Like we have this communication, like we put importance on communication, because of course we want the same results, we want
mhm.
to strive. I want her to succeed, she wants me to succeed, so it's very nice. I Again, like I said, I'm very blessed and lucky to have been matched by to her by Sphere
Mhm.
Rocket. So
Awesome.
yeah.
That's great. That's great. It's really great that you and, of course, your client are on the same road or on the same path together, same perspective, all of it, and it's going smoothly for you. So I'm very, very happy for that. Yeah, leading to that question, since you've mentioned about Sphere Rocket, how do you think Sphere Rocket impacted your life? How did Sphere Rocket really help you find your current role right now?
Well, when I Sphere Rocket was not my gateway to the whole freelancing thing,
Oh.
but I could say that I have learned a lot here. They do the Sphere Rocket does their best to match the perfect VA for the perfect client. Like, um, I remember my current client, the one I am working with right now. She's my third interview. Like,
Mhm.
I'm sure the first two clients, they were wonderful people, but um, different VAs worked for them better. I believe so.
Mhm.
Again, Sphere Rocket really spent the time to match like the right people together.
Mhm.
So yeah, really grateful, really thankful.
Awesome, awesome. That's really nice to know. It's really nice. I totally agree to the things that you've mentioned, earlier about how Sphere Rocket really cares about finding you the perfect pair. All of those things they really go hand in hand, and they are really on hand with what they do with their work, and really, really care about their VAs. And so, yeah, that's really nice to know. Thank you so much for sharing that insight. Of course, with Sphere Rocket, with you helping and guiding you in every step of the way. So, yeah, with that said, with the many years, or like, I know you've been a virtual assistant for a while now. So, my question is, what do you think has been the best purchase that you bought so far?
Ooh, as a virtual assistant, um,
Anything, yeah.
hmm. Well, it's not a single purchase. It's funding my concert lifestyle,
Oh
but
my
because
gosh, yes.
right, because I don't settle for far seats. Nothing wrong with that though.
Yeah.
That's still an experience. Nothing wrong with that. But if I'm going to attend one, I make
Mhm,
sure to get the standing like the real close to the stage. So
mhm,
without working as a freelance, as a virtual assistant,
mhm,
I don't think I would be able to afford this lifestyle. So yeah, but of course, there's also the chance for me to save.
mhm.
So those two things, they don't come hand in hand if you don't, hustle, or if the opportunity is not um given to you. So I'm grateful that it was given to me by Sphere Rocket, or through Sphere Rocket. Yep.
Correct. I totally agree to that. I'm very curious, since you've
Mhm.
mentioned, being a concert girly and all, which concert did you attend is the most expensive one to attend to? Like, which artist?
um well, because concert rates have been going up the
Yeah,
past
that's
couple
true.
of years, especially after the pandemic.
Mm.
It would be the one I attended um last June. It was a
Oh,
fan concert.
mhm.
So I spent like almost 15 um well, yeah, that was, yeah, but that, sorry,
What?
sorry, can we yeah, you don't want to drop the price, but yeah.
Yeah, sure, sure. We can get that out.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. So, wow, that's really awesome. So it's a fan. I'm curious about the fan concert. So it's not basically the artist who's there, or
Oh,
there's an
there,
actual artist on there.
they
Oh,
are present, but fan concerts are, because the what do you call it, the culture of Korean pop music and Korean pop
okay.
artists, they're very not different, but they
Mhm.
have a lot more things like fan concerts, they
Mhm,
sing a couple of songs, but they also do like interviews. Like they're on stage, they're doing
mhm,
activities, interacting with fans, but also singing their songs. So that's the main difference between like a pure concert where they're just performing and singing,
mhm.
and then the fan concert where
And
they're like a very chill meet and greet, but they're on stage and they're also performing.
okay.
If
I
that
get it
makes sense.
makes sense. Thank you so much, Miss Ella, for that really awesome experience, sharing your experience with that, being a concert girly. So yeah, awesome, awesome purchases you got there, and it's really one of the books for you. Knowing that you really really love to go to concerts, I'm very very happy for you for that.
Thank
And
you.
here's to more concerts, of course,
Yes,
and
that's the
yeah,
goal.
exactly goal. And yeah, so we're actually down to our last question before we proceed to the commercial break. So please just stay tuned right after the commercial break. We've got a surprise segment for you. So
Oh.
yeah, so those yes, exactly. For those aspiring virtual assistants that are watching right now, um, what advice or what one piece of advice would you want to give out to them?
It's a lot. Like when you ask that, a lot of words flew
Oh,
into my
dear
mind.
Lord.
But I would say that it's to find their niche, to
Mhm,
find what they're best at, and then just continue learning. Because another thing that I like about Sphere Rocket is we have like these sessions, or they're like it's constantly learning with the team, and like they're encouraging people to continue growing through like seminars or talks,
mhm,
and that's something I want to tell aspiring virtual assistants. It's to never stop learning, because there's always something new to learn about whatever you're doing. Every day I learn new things. Every day I try hard to like take note, like, oh, this is something I haven't encountered before. It's
mhm.
something new. And yeah, don't be afraid to keep learning, to continue growing and improving your skills.
Correct. I love that. Thank you so much, Miss Ella, for that very inspiring advice to our aspiring virtual assistants. For those who are watching at our podcast right now, never stop learning and relearning. And yeah, just we learn something new every day, and let's accept that in order for us to grow. Yeah, thank you so much once again, Miss Ella. So, yeah, with that said, we have our very short commercial break. So please just stay tuned because we will be right back. Ever dreamed of swapping your hectic office for a comfy home workspace? At Sphere Rocket VA, we make that dream a reality. Say goodbye to rush hours and hello to remote work. Enjoy more time with family, more time for yourself, all while building your career. Interested? Apply now at www.spherejobs.ph. All right. And we are back once again with our podcast episode together with our awesome concert girly guest here. We've got Miss Ella. Hi again, Miss
Hi.
Ella.
Hello again. I love how
Awesome.
that's now my like tagline, concert girly.
Yeah, that's now your tagline. It grew on me now. And yeah, every time I think about concert girly, I'm going to be like, oh, that's Ella right there.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love
image
that.
now. Yes, and yeah. So, before we proceed to the last segment for this podcast episode, do you want to give out some shout outs? Anything you want to promote on the table? Your socials or your clients? Anything?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Since like I mentioned earlier, I really want my client to succeed. So,
Mhm,
if you're looking to buy or sell homes in Georgia,
mhm,
do reach out to my wonderful client who'll go above and beyond to make sure you get the best deal, to make sure that you get your money's worth. So her name is Shay Legister. That's our Facebook page is Notable Realty Group.
mhm.
And I'd also like to say hi to my dad, who's probably gonna watch this. He's a stage dad, so hi, dad. Thank you for
Oh.
supporting me, and my mom. I love you, mom.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much, Miss Ella. There you have it, guys. You've heard that. Yeah, please do like, of course, the pages that Ella mentioned on her client, all of that. And of course, hi to their parents, Miss Ella. Yeah, I can't wait. Of course. So, yeah, we are down to our last segment. This is what we call the lightning round. So basically, this is just like
Oh,
fast talk. I'm gonna pitch in some questions, and then you just tell me the first thing that pops into your mind. All right. So are you ready,
okay,
Miss
okay.
Ella?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, question number one. Day off or bonus pay?
Ooh, bonus pay as a hustler. Yep.
Awesome. Favorite social media platform?
Twitter. I'm never gonna call it X. It's Twitter. It's always gonna be Twitter.
It's always been Twitter. Yes. And I especially added this for you. Favorite concert to attend to?
Ooh, shout out to my favorite group, NCT 127.
Woo,
Yeah, they're
nice.
check out their music, so good. It's like I'm really proud that I'm their fan because they are really good singers and performers too. So
Ooh, love it. Thanks. Voice or non-voice?
non-voice.
Non-voice.
Surprisingly, it's non-voice. Yep.
Awesome. What is your go-to midnight snack?
Ooh, cereal because it's really
Ooh.
easy and I'm not the best cook.
The shortcut way. Okay, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Dream country to visit?
New Zealand. Top of my head, New
Mm.
Zealand.
Most expensive purchase?
Ooh, my laptop. Thank you so much for to freelancing to being a virtual assistant. I was able to afford my Mac, my baby, my child. Never gonna give you up.
I love that. All right. And lastly, one word to describe Sphere Rocket.
Ooh, gateway. It's the entrance, the
Gateway.
beginning. Yep.
Ooh, I love it. I love that word. Thank you so much once again, Miss Ella,
Thank
for your
you.
time. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
guesting.
having me, Julia. You've been so wonderful.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, so this has been Julia officially signing off for this podcast episode, wishing everybody to enjoy the rest of their day. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Miss Ella. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Do you want to apply as a Sphere Rocket virtual assistant? Well, look no further because this video is for you. I will be telling you which requirements you will need to submit in order to apply to our new website, plus a few tips and tricks to help you with your initial interview. We have achieved a better way for you to send in your application, so let's begin. Step 1. Visit our website
at www.spherejobs.ph.
Step 2. Fill in the application by inputting your full name, email, number, and other questions that you will need to answer in order to move on to the next step. Step number 3, send screenshots of your updated CV, Tony Robbins PDF result, internet speed screenshot with a minimum of 10 Mbps, a scanned copy of your government ID, and your portfolio with sample works. Step 4, click the submit button and wait patiently for our email. Now here are some tips on how to stand out during your initial interview. Tip number 1, dress up as if you were going to an in-person interview. Wearing something formal will give the interviewer a sign that you are serious about applying to this job role. Tip number 2, find a quiet space where your interview will be held. There's nothing worse than getting distracted by the noise around you and not being able to understand what the interviewer is saying. Tip number 3, be yourself and show up as confidently as you can. Know what you bring to the table and honor your worth. Interested in becoming a part of our team? Submit your application now
at www.spherejobs.ph.
Good luck!